Hey guys, this is Dr. O here, and today we are going to talk about wikis and we talk about why wiki is important. Well, first of all, wiki is a collaborative tool that allows you to create, contribute, and modify one or more pages of the course-related materials. All course members can offer comment and instructors can grade individual work. And second, you will find a large usage of wikis out in the business world, and businesses used to record what you can call it as tacit knowledge within their companies that can be used as a project management tool or keep recording meeting minutes. Okay, so let's get started today. We are just going to cover the basics of creating a wiki page within the Blackboard. When you go to the course page on the left hand side, you are going to see a tab called Project Wiki. Click on that. When you click on that, since I see all the groups, but you are going to see your group's instructions. Okay, I'm going to choose group 2 for today. Okay, first of all, I want you to read the instructions, and let's read instructions together. As you realize when you read the instructions, the project instructions provide detailed information on the task each student will complete. So, let's read the instructions. You as a group will prepare a country analysis report by comparing economic data of 3 countries. Each group member will be responsible to search and answer questions assigned. So that means you are responsible for the assigned parts. You are not going to complete any other student's part. And for the second part, after your research and posting answers of the questions of the first part, all students will compare and contrast the economic data of 3 countries. For instance, Michael is going to write a response that contains minimum 150 words. And that response includes 4 line graphs and 4 tables, and 1 for each economic data. And please do not forget to title all your graphs and tables. And please do not forget to add reference list to your response. The first part is due by April 26, Wednesday. So which data you need to find? For instance, for Michael, he's going to find Greece real GDP per capita, and then real GDP growth, CPI inflation, and Greece unemployment rate. As you scroll down, you can find a data source. Please stick to that data source because some data source that you can find on the internet cannot be reliable. For this reason, I provide the reliable sources that in fact the data is collected by World Bank, IMF, OECD, and St. Louis Federal Reserve. To create a wiki page, click Create Wiki Page on the action bar here. Okay. After you click on it, call it as Greece. If you are in fact finding the data for Greece, but if another country, please title it with the country name. And then you can click on Submit. So when you submit it, you can see that the Greece is going to show up, the Greece wiki is going to show up on the right hand side of the menu. Anytime you would like to edit, you can go and then click on the arrow to find the edit button. You can edit. Let's insert some content. Let's say Greece is an economically depressed country. You can find real GDP per capita on the following table. Okay. To insert the table, you can use the insert command on the wiki. You see that insert edit table. Click on that. And then you can choose 2 columns, 10 rows, or 11 rows. I don't know the number, just for illustration. Or you can switch. It's up to you. There's no format for the table. The only thing I want you to is that make the table easy to read because the other students are going to use the table to make their own graph, real GDP per capita. And please do not forget to title your table, Table 1, Greece, real GDP per capita. Okay? Title your table. This is your table 1. If you can do bold. And then you write, for instance, 2005. It's 10,000. These numbers are now just not right. I'm providing an example. Okay, 2007, 12,000. Okay, so you are done with the table. To insert a graph, you need to first plot the graph on the Excel. Let's do that. I already created some fictional title chart here, but let me do it from the beginning. These numbers, as I said, is not real, but I need a table. I need a graph. So what I'm gonna do is insert and then use this charts, and then I'm gonna use a line. You see, you can easily get the chart. You can title the chart saying that this is gonna be Greece real GDP per capita. Okay, you're done now. You can change here anything you want. You can change the backgrounds. You can make this black. Black maybe is more visible. And then in order to insert this graph into Blackboard, we need to save this as image file. To save image file, as you see when you click on the right side, you can copy it and then choose one, a new PowerPoint presentation. We need some blank slide. And then paste this here. Paste with image if you want. You can make it bigger, right? As much as you want, you can get it bigger. And then you need to save this, save as, on your desktop to find easily, to access it easily. It's better you save it that somewhere you can find as image file. That's the only part that is an extra you may not know, so I'm providing this video to explain. JPEG file can work with Wiki, and then title is graph 1. Okay, now we save it on our desktop. It's going to ask you whether you're going to save all the slides as image file. It's up to you, but there's only one slide. You can click on all slides and then OK. Now the next thing is inserting this into our Blackboard wiki. Let's go back to Blackboard. Find here, insert image. So you can find your graph, you see. It's going to be saved as a folder on the desktop. You need to click on it and then click, and then here now you have your graph here, but be careful for the appearance. It may be really big, so you need to adjust the appearance. You can choose 300, 500, it's up to you how much you want it. And then 500 pixel, if we choose it and click OK, then you see you can find your graph here. And then next you are going to comment on the data. You're going to say, okay, we see a steady increase in real GDP. The reason is, so the reason part is in fact not easy, but you can find this information on the news. If there is a change in the data, there is a sharp increase or decrease. These fluctuations, you can read a couple of the news and you can get an idea, okay? So if in case you don't find anything on the news, that you can say that we see an increase in the GDP data, decrease in the real GDP per capita. That kind of information will be helpful for the students who are preparing for the second part of the project. So that completes the first part. You are going to do for each economic data and then click on submit. Okay. Whenever you come back on the Greece, you realize that you want to edit anytime you can edit. And I'm not going to grade until the due date of the project. So you can edit anytime. And just you need to know one last thing, that you can't edit the wiki page if someone is working on it. So be careful about that. If you cannot edit it, come back again and try to do it again, okay? I hope this video helps.